Hello and welcome to On The Bench LFC. In today's show, Lanzini hands in a transfer request. Julia at Anfield, what does that mean? We have a Fekir breakdown for you guys again. Alisson could still be a target for the summer, and Jurgen Klopp will move fast for his targets. Stick around for the rest of the show to find out what we've got for you. Thank you for joining me. As always, firstly, before we get started, if you are a Liverpool supporter and you enjoy keeping up to date with all the latest Liverpool transfer rumours, gossip and done deals, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tick the little bell notification next to it so you don't miss out on any breaking transfer news in the near future. Also, if you're enjoying the updates, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up on the video. So, we've got a lot in store for this show. Also, we got some Fekir updates and breakdowns for you. I promise you, I will always update you when new stuff comes out about Fekir. James Pearce has had his say on transfers as well, so we will get to all that. But firstly, we've had a little bit of bad news, and that is regarding Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. It looks like he will be out for 6 months with that injury. Obviously, we previously thought that Ox would be back for around pre-season. I was thinking it'd be more at the beginning of the season. It now looks like he could be out for up to 6 months. So we hope that Ox recovers fast. But again, as always, I don't want to see Ox rushed back in too soon because I don't want to see this become a reoccurring injury. I wish you all the best, Ox. But does this highlight that Liverpool need to do more transfer business in the summer with the likes of Emre Can leaving? Also, with Ox being out for 6 months, surely this means that we need more midfielders. So, James Pearce has had his say on transfers. Included in that, he has said that Jurgen Klopp will move fast in the summer. Now, we knew that anyway. We knew that. It is a World Cup year. Also, Klopp likes to get his transfer business done sharpish. So what James Pearce is basically saying is expect to see all these targets bada bing, bada boom, bada done, basically. So anyone that you are seeing linked with Liverpool at the moment, Fekir, I generally believe that these deals will happen within the first couple of weeks of the window being open. It does depend, obviously, on certain sticking points, personal terms, things like that. But if they are big Klopp targets, then Liverpool will do what it takes to sign them. Now, James Pearce also went on to rubbish the Jack Butland done deal rumours. Now, James Pearce said, earlier in the season, I was told that there was talk of Liverpool signing Jack Butland. And I was also told that this was nonsense. And I'm not aware of that position changing. Ooh, what do you make of that one? Now, obviously, I'm aware that there is a fairly large amount of Liverpool supporters that aren't great fans of Jack Butland. And then I'm also aware that there are a few fans there. So let me know in the comment section down below. Now, are you disappointed that Jack Butland and James Pearce said that this is not happening? Now, let me just say this firstly. Just because James Pearce says Jack Butland probably isn't going to be happening doesn't necessarily 100% mean that Jack Butland doesn't end up at Liverpool. None of this is 100% official, all right? But if James Pearce is saying that Jack Butland probably won't end up a Liverpool player, then maybe Jack Butland doesn't end up a Liverpool player. But on the other hand, what you got to look at, as always, is wording. He says, earlier in the season, I was told to talk to Liverpool signing Butland was nonsense, and I'm not aware of that position changing. So he's basically referred back to earlier in the season when he said this to say that the whole time this has basically been bullshit. So to me, he's saying that this whole spiel about Jack Butland coming to Liverpool has been bullshit. So he's not just saying that these latest reports are rubbish. He's saying the whole thing is pretty much shit. So again, if I'm looking at wording with that one, he's pretty confident that Jack Butland isn't coming to Liverpool. But as always, it's not official just because James Pearce says so. Right, moving on. Anyway, what else has James Pearce had to say? Well, James Pearce said, I think we'll see Klopp strengthen the spine of the team. He has already stated that he will be in the market for an attacker as he needs to replace Coutinho. What shall we make of that? Well, I can link this to Fekir. Also, there are reports about Lanzini being linked with Liverpool breaking over the last 24, 48 hours, you could say. Apparently Lanzini's handed in a transfer request, wants to move to Liverpool. Now, whoa. I'm not the greatest of fans of Lanzini, and I don't know where your guys' heads are at with Lanzini. Some people rate him, some people don't. Now, if I'm breaking this one down, I've looked at these reports and it looks like Lanzini is a very easy link to Liverpool. One, because like James is saying there, Liverpool are definitely after an attacking midfielder or attackers. We're being linked with everyone. Lanzini's been linked in the past. Also breaking this down, when I look at it, West Ham supporters have come out and said after he scored his last goal, he was tapping the badge. Now, if you're looking at body language, like I say, and how players are acting, to tap your badge, like what Mo Salah was doing, you know, like after the last game of the season and stuff, there's genuinely not a player that's about to hand in a transfer request. They're tapping their badge with pride. You don't really tap your badge with pride and then hand in a transfer request. So, for me, I think the report saying he's handing a transfer request is not believable, but doesn't mean that Lanzini's not on the list of players that Liverpool may be looking at. But again, is he the top target for that area? No, not in my opinions. I think Fekir is number one target for that area. Don't forget, we've got to talk about Fekir in a minute and the latest with him. So, is Lanzini moving to Liverpool over the next couple of days like they are suggesting? Maybe, but how many times have we seen over the last couple of transfer windows Lanzini's moving to Liverpool? So many times. Has it happened yet? Not. So I think we just need to wait and see whether any more evidence comes out about this, but it's kind of come out of the blue. He's tapping his badge with pride. The reports are suggesting that he's handing a transfer request. Doesn't make sense to me. So I will keep an eye on it. I will let you guys know as soon as I see anything more concrete. I'm not going to believe this one just yet, to be honest. Moving on from Lanzini. So sticking with James Pearce, he also said that Alisson is still a target for Liverpool. Well, he said that Liverpool like Alisson still, but the sticking point basically with this is how much Roma are probably and are going to demand for their goalkeeper. Now, we have discussed quite a bit on my channels that Liverpool's goalkeeper situation is very divided when it comes to Liverpool supporters. Half of you want a new goalkeeper between the sticks. Half of you are happy to keep Karius there and agree, but most of us agree that Simon Mignolet's time at Liverpool is done in the summer. So Mignolet probably leaves. Danny Ward might leave as well. So we are going to be looking for another goalkeeper. Is Liverpool and Klopp going to be going and spending 60 million plus on Alisson? Probably not if Roma are going to play hardball, but it's good to see that someone like James Pearce that does get the odd snippet of valuable info from the club suggests that Alisson is still on the list of targets. Now, all of us could probably come up with this and think, well, of course Alisson's still a target, but if he's going to cost a lot, Karius has improved. Klopp's pretty happy with Karius. We're not going to spend big on that goalkeeper area. There's been other goalkeepers linked up Reina recently. Jack Butland's now been ruled out as well. So, interestingly, he's rubbish reports about Jack Butland, but then he's thrown Alisson back into the equation. So let me know in the comment sections down below. Do you think that Liverpool are still going to be trying to sign Alisson in this window? I'm kind of baffled by this one. I would still love to try and sign Alisson, if I'm being honest. But let me know what you guys make of it in the comments down below. Because I think Roma are going to want too much money for him. And I think that we still need to sign other key signings in the summer. So that's where my head is at. Right, let's get down to Fekir. Right, so this is the big dog of this one. A lot of people are panicking about Fekir now because a lot of people are saying, oh, it's been a couple of days, what's going on with Fekir? Are Liverpool now not in for Fekir? What's going on? We're seeing this, we're not seeing that. Stop panicking about Fekir. I told you, Fekir said himself, he can't really say much at the moment. There's nothing to really say because he's still contracted at Lyon and he's still got games to play at Lyon, that sort of stuff. That was where we was at before, if you remember rightly from my videos. But there are newer reports that people are linking Houllier being at Anfield for the last game of the season, as the only reason he was there was to complete the Fekir deal. Now, I kind of had to laugh at that one part because Houllier does come to Anfield for other games as well. So don't get your hopes up fully on that, but he could have been in Liverpool for that. I'm not suggesting that because he has got links with Lyon. We know that by now. We know that. But there's also video footage of Fekir kicking off after a game and people saying he's not happy. He's looking for a way out of the club. He's kicking off. That could also be because it was a bad result. So I'm trying to keep people grounded with this by saying Houllier could have been at Anfield just to watch Liverpool for the last game of the season. You know, also Fekir could have just been pissed off with it for other reasons. The game didn't go the way he wanted. Players were, you know, annoying him. Players from the other team was winding him up. There could have all been all these reasons. But the big negative factor that people are coming at me with, and that is also what James Pearce has come out and said, and everyone's going, this surely writes off Fekir. Well, nothing writes off Fekir. I am always positive. James Pearce says, Nabil Fekir is a player Liverpool have watched and he would be a classy addition to Klopp's armoury, but I'm not aware of any negotiations having taken place so far. Right, so that is what James Pearce has said. Now, I'm going to break it down. This is what we do. The wording, Nabil Fekir is a player Liverpool have watched and he would be a classy addition to Klopp's attacking armoury. So he talks about he's a player that Liverpool have watched. So he's not denying that Liverpool are not interested in him. So very clever by saying he's already telling us that he is a player that Liverpool are watching. Then he goes on to say, but I'm not aware of any negotiations having taken place so far. Nothing really that's been put out in the news is suggested that is reliable, that is, has suggested that negotiations have taken place at the moment. There's been a few sources saying a deal's been agreed, all this stuff, but no one's officially said that that's happened yet, right? What you've got to be aware at this point in time, guys, is that James Pearce and all the journalists, the legit sources, need to be careful with this, because what happened with Virgil van Dijk with Liverpool and stuff like that, they've got to keep their mouth shut, because otherwise it could cause a lot of grief for Liverpool. It could cause a lot of grief. Anything could stop this deal from happening. Now, if James Pearce was to come out, if he did know something and say, yeah, there's been talks going on, this could cause a right piss storm, basically. It could get Liverpool into trouble, because Lyon could go, can't afford for this stuff to come out. Now it's out there in the media. Our fans are kicking off. So now we're going to have to get you done for this, for that. Similar to what happened with Southampton and with Virgil van Dijk. Now, we all know that things go on. We all know that this so-called tapping up goes on all the time. And it was a shock that Southampton tried to get Liverpool done over Virgil van Dijk, because everyone was saying this goes on all the time. Why was it such a big deal for that? It's because it got made public. Now, the fact that he said at the beginning of this, Fekir is a player that Liverpool have watched, he's already saying that he's a target for Liverpool. Then he goes on to say, but no negotiations have happened so far that he's aware of. So he's being very careful with the way he's wording it. If journalists are anything, they're very clever with words. So anyone that's being negative, saying, well, if James Pearce is saying that there's no negotiations going on, that's final. That's not final, okay? So if I'm breaking that down, that is just him doing what he has to do, because if James Pearce drops Liverpool in it, he is done when it comes to Liverpool. Seriously. So I'm still going to be positive. Houllier being at Anfield could just be he was there to watch Liverpool, but it could also be because he could be a connection linking the player to Liverpool, to Lyon. That could be true as well. Fekir being angry after the game could be because he was peed off with the performances, could be because he was annoyed at the other players, whatever. He could be getting frustrated because he might not be getting this green light so far at Lyon like he spoke about. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but everything will happen quick. Like we was talking about earlier in the video, Klopp will move fast in a transfer window. We have now secured Champions League football. If Fekir was waiting to see if we secure Champions League football next season to come in, we've done it. So we've already done everything that we need to do, really, to make Fekir make his mind up on whether he wants to join Liverpool. I believe genuinely that everything will be put into place, ready for as soon as Fekir has spoke to his team, his agent has spoke to Leon, he spoke to Leon. As soon as he says that he wants to go, everything will fall into place. Liverpool representatives, Fekir's representatives, Leon, they will all get together. Everything will already be sitting there ready in place, and it'll go boom, 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 and we will see it all come out. Okay, that's where my head is at. And then the first place that will release it will be on a Bench LFC on YouTube. Trust me, that will happen. It will happen. I'm still going to be positive. I don't be negative. I'm pretty sure Fekir will be a Liverpool player as long as Leon gives him the green light, which Fekir does look like he wants out of Leon. So why would they keep an unhappy player? He already looks like the sort of player that if he really wants to get moody, he's not going to perform for them, is he? So let's just wait and see what happens. Anyway, that's your updates for today. Alisson's still a target for the summer, possibly. Jack Butland, probably not going to be a goalkeeper for Liverpool in the summer. Looks like that could be the case. Lanzini handing a transfer request. We broke that down. Probably not the case. Klopp's going to move fast. We know that anyway. World Cup year. Transfer windows open early, will close early. Everything's going to happen rapid. But as always, if you are a Liverpool supporter and you enjoy keeping up to date with transfer rumours, gossip and done deals, then make sure to hit the subscribe button now. Tick the little bell notification next to it so you don't miss out on any breaking deals in the near future. And if you've enjoyed these updates, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video for me. As always, I've been on the Bench LFC. You've all been legends. I will see you in the next one.